Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Darby and today I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a video than my last two. Instead of doing a makeup tutorial, I'm going to be recreating the makeup that I wore to the Why Don't We concert last night. Then I'm going to be explaining what happened at the concert, what Ashley and I did, and what it was like meeting the boys. And throughout the video, when I'll get closer to the camera and the light that I'm using will just kind of blind everything and you can't really see much. Sorry for that. I'm still working on how to fix the lighting and everything in here. But other than that, I hope you like the video and please give it a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not really going to be showing or explaining what I'm doing with my makeup. I am recreating the look that I did for the concert yesterday, but I'm going to be talking about the concert and when we waited in line and everything. Yesterday at about 1:30, Ashley and I got to Boston and we got in line, and then in that line there were VIPs and general admission, and we waited there for about 30 minutes, and then at 2 o'clock they called VIPs and we went in to stand at another line for the VIPs. They separated general admission and VIPs so that they could call us at separate times when it was time for the meet and greet. So then we waited until about 3:30 and Ashley was waiting for her friend Clara to come. So they had met online and had been talking since November when they bought the tickets and knew that they were going to meet each other at the concert. So when they got there, I recorded a video of them meeting, and then from then on, Clara stood with us in line, and then we just talked and I became Clara's friend too, which is great. She's really awesome and I'm really glad that I got to meet her, as well as a bunch of other people in the fandom as well. That's a really great thing about concerts, is that you get to meet a lot of new people that are interested in the same stuff as you. Now I'm going to contour my nose. At about well, I'd say maybe 4 o'clock, people started lining up across the street at Fenway Park for the Yankees game. I think it was Yankees and Red Sox, I don't really know. But the streets were crowded and there was a lot of traffic because of the concert and the game. I think it was maybe 4 o'clock that they called VIP 1. And so VIP 1s went into the concert, they checked in with their tickets, and then they got to meet the boys and waited at the stage until the concert went on. Maybe an hour later at 5, they called VIP 2, which was the pack that Ashley and I had, and we went in to the concert and we had to stand in line. It was pretty quick going through. They checked us in and they gave us some things. They gave us a blue dog tag for the VIP 2 pack, a wristband for VIP 2, and then they gave us a light up wristband that would light up to the music. This is what it looks like. It's still kind of lighting up from last night. Then when we went inside, we waited in line for about 30 minutes and it kept moving. It was pretty quick. So we when we got there, Clara had already met them and she came to stand with us in line while we waited, and she was telling us about how it went when she met them and how she got a picture taken, and it was really sweet. She got to hug all of them. When it was our turn to go in and meet the boys, I walked around the curtain and I saw Daniel, and I didn't really know what to do. I walked up and I hugged him, and they were all a lot taller than I expected them to be, except Jack. He was really a lot shorter than I thought. He is the shortest in the band. But, so I went up and I hugged Daniel, and then after that, I hugged Corbin, and then Jonah. And when I hugged Jonah, I thought it was going to be just really quick, because that's how it was with the other two. And then after that, I, started to let go, and he just pulled me back in a little tighter, and he said, "I love you," and I said, "I love you back." And then I hugged Zach, and then I hugged Jack, and then I stood next to Jack, and Ashley stood in between Zach and Jack, and we got our picture taken. And then after that, we went into the stage area, and we stood in front of the stage. That was, I think we stood until 7 o'clock, when they let general admission in at 6:30, and then 7, Eben came on stage. Eben was the opening act for them, and he performed for 30 minutes, and his songs were really good. He did a great job at performing, and I'm so happy that I got to see him too. He actually, while we were standing in the meet and greet line, went out and stood in the middle of the room, and Clara got to go say hi to him. And then after that, after Eben went off stage, they played High School Musical for 30-ish minutes, and then at 8 o'clock they started doing their intro to the show. And they had there were 5 screens, and every few seconds one of them would turn on. I think it started with Jonah, which was the second one in, and then another one after, so that all 5 of their faces were on screen. It wasn't their faces, they're just their silhouettes. And then they came on stage and started singing, and it was really awesome seeing it. And I am so glad that Ashley took me to the concert, because it was really fun. After that, they played the Something Different album, and then they went off stage and they turned on the screens again, showing them getting ready for the invitation part of the show, which was the tour, the name of the tour, the invitation tour for that EP. And then they came on stage and they were wearing their tuxes and their bow ties, and then they performed a few songs, and for one of them they performed Words I Didn't Say, and that one's my favorite song. I started crying during that song. During Made For, we held up these blue hearts that were passed out before the concert, and then they were all smiling. It really made them happy, and it made me happy. MIA, we held up these other posters that are on the wall behind me. I got Jack, and then I have one of Jonah too, and we held those up. Not everyone held that one up, but almost everyone held up the blue heart. And then after the invitation part, they went off stage and they changed again, and then came back on stage and did a few more songs. And then Jonah was talking before. No, that was before. Jonah was talking about Words I Didn't Say before they changed into their third outfit for the show. And then they played Trust Fund Baby at the end, and they had it on the screen. They had TFB, and the whole crowd was chanting TFB. And then when they came on, I loved hearing that song live. The studio recording and the music video are great, and then the live version was also really awesome. Then they played they played a few more songs and then they went off stage. And then the lights came up and everyone started leaving, and a lot of people went upstairs to the merch stand. And I think we waited in line for 30 minutes for merch, and that's where I bought this invitation tour t-shirt and this ebon t-shirt. And then after that, they had downstairs, Eben and some of the crew members were packing up the stage and taking down the screens. And then a couple of them came out and they started the Limelight. People who bought Limelight tickets got to go to the Limelight after party. So they stayed after. And then once Ashley and I got out of there, we started walking back to the hotel. So after the concert, the people who bought Limelight packs got to go backstage, and they went to the Limelight after party. And then, so they went to the party while we waited in line for merch. And then, Ashley and I went back to the hotel with her grandparents. So that's pretty much it. That's just like everything that happened without going into too much detail. There are some other little things that I will explain while I do the rest of my makeup. But this is the eyeshadow that I wore. I used this natural eyeshadow palette from TJMaxx, and I used the orange color and then these two pink colors, and then I also used this Nudes palette from Profusion, and I used these two brown colors in the middle, and I used a blush from Rimmel London. I did not put that on. That's what I used earlier too at the concert. Don't know where I put the brush. For the blush, I just put that on my cheeks. And then on my nose. Just a little. And then I also did Ashley's makeup for the show. For lips, I ended up, at first I used the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Athens. And then I put the Burt's Bees Fall Foliage Lip Gloss over it. But I didn't like how the lip gloss looked, so I just did the Athens shade. When Ashley and I were in line, I was fixing her makeup because she was crying and it kind of wore off under her eyes. She cried after she met Clara because she was so happy. So I fixed her makeup and I opened up my Forever 21 palette, which is what I normally use for my eyebrows. I was just fixing it under her highlight with the shade right here. But when I opened it up, this fell out onto the ground and these three shades fell out, and this bottom shade was what I normally use for my eyebrows, so I had to use a darker one for the recreation video of what I wore to the concert. So now I'm using this LA Colors liquid liner. This is not mine. I accidentally took it home from her house, but I'm just going to put that on my eyes in a wing. look, this is what I wore for the concert. I put on these two eyeliners. I used, not that, this brown gold eyeliner from Wet n Wild, and I put that on my waterline on the inside, on the top and bottom, and then this black eyeliner from Profusion on the bottom over here, and then my mascara, I used Rimmel London's Scandaleyes Extreme Volume and Length Mascara. That was pretty much it for the concert. It was a really fun experience, and it was very different from the 5 Seconds of Summer concert I went to with Ashley a couple years ago. There was a lot more standing in line, but this time we also had VIP tickets, not general admission. We got there a lot earlier, and since it was a smaller venue, there weren't seats, so there was just standing all the time, which is okay. I didn't really like the seats at the Mohegan Sun when we saw 5 Seconds of Summer because they were just kind of in the way, but it was also a nice way to have your own space and not be pushed up against a bunch of people. But it was definitely worth it to go see them. They are one of my favorite bands, and I'm really happy that she took me to the concert with her. And I'm really happy that we ended up getting meet and greet tickets. When she first bought the tickets, she didn't get VIP, she just got general admission, but they ended up adding VIP 2 as well as Limelights VIP 1 and VIP 4. But VIP 2 and 4 were what they added after, I think it was. And then, so she saw the tickets and was able to buy them. And then, she bought them a while after she bought the general admission. But that is it for the video. I hope you guys like this video. It's a lot different from my first 2 videos. I know I'm only starting out this channel, and this is very talkative, and that's kind of a good thing. It's less awkward to when I'm talking the whole time instead of just being quiet and doing my makeup. And I think I like this better, but I won't always be doing these kind of videos. Saying a lot. But that is it for the video. I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you have any makeup looks that you want to see, you can leave the idea down in the comments. And thank you for watching.